Okay, right off the bat, we're diving into a Texas courtroom for what starts as a robbery plea, but keep watching, because this case takes a wild turn later. The judge's patience, the defense's emotional plea, and the final sentencing all tell a story about second chances and accountability. Question for you: do you believe someone with mental health struggles deserves leniency, even after repeated violations?
2020 CR 12332, State of Texas versus Ozzie David Ibarra. Can I have parties announced for the record, please, for the state?
Nisman.
For the defense?
Eric DeWalt, I represent Mr. Ibarra.
According to the plea bargain agreement, the state proceeded on the lesser included offense of robbery. The state is requesting that your punishment be assessed at 6 years in the prison. There's a $1,000 fine. The state is remaining silent on your application for deferred adjudication.
So here's what's happening legally. Dual diagnosis treatment means he's dealing with both mental health and substance use issues. The defense is pushing for deferred adjudication, which basically lets the defendant avoid a conviction if they complete probation successfully. But if they fail, they face the full original sentence, which in this case could be up to 20 years. High risk, high reward.
The state is recommending community supervision. Defense, is there anything you want to offer on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, if I may, Mr. Ibarra has been to my office many times. I've got a chance to talk to him on multiple occasions. He has goals in life. He strives to be a better man. He really does. He has some mental issues. I know in the TAP evaluation, they want him to do the dual diagnosis, either inpatient or outpatient treatment. And I would ask the court to please, allow him the outpatient treatment, dual diagnosis treatment, and the
backhand index pointing right this moment is tense. The judge is handing Ozzie the power to choose his own fate. Imagine standing there, knowing your decision could mean 6 years of probation or 20 years in prison. It's a gut check. Does he really believe he can change?
MIC type of probation, and we're asking for deferred adjudication on the onset. I believe he can be successful on this. I know he has goals. I know the anger issues are part of him staying on his medication. I do know there was a co-defendant on this case. It was his brother. He also had the same plea. That's why Mr. Ibarra was offered this, and he had a chance at deferred adjudication. I know in Mr. Ibarra's own words, he's asking for this chance. He has been placed on deferred adjudication once before, and he completed it successfully. I will attempt to help him be as successful as he can, but I know in his own words and in his attempts, he would love this opportunity to show you he could be successful on your deferred adjudication.
All right. I'm looking at the PSI report, and it says that he minimizes guilt. What is going on with that?
Your Honor, if I may, in the fact pattern, it started out as an aggravated robbery, and I'm not going to mismince the facts, but there was a gentleman that came by that was talking bad about his mom, and him and his brother lost their cool, and there was a fight that ensued, and a backpack that was taken. I'm not trying to minimize it in any way. There was an anger issue, and something went down, and Mr. Ibarra knows what he did was wrong. But there was no plan set in place to rob somebody. I'm not trying to minimize it, as neither is my client. We are dealing with a mental issue and I believe if given the assistance with the MIC unit, he could be successful. I know he's out there alone trying to make it on his own, and it's tough. I've talked to him about employment. I've talked to him about education. I've talked to him about a relationship that he's currently in, and I know he's trying to make that work.
All right, Mr. Barr, I know you better than I know you, better than your attorney knows you, better than the state knows you. Somebody give me your choice. Sometimes I can't give people choices, but here's your choice. If I place you on 6 years probation, which will be a conviction, if for any reason you were unsuccessful, the most time you could be sentenced to in prison is 6 years. If I give you deferred adjudication and you're unsuccessful, the most time that you could be sentenced to prison is 20 years.
Backhand index pointing right. You can feel his sincerity here, but this is where reality often hits defendants hardest. Many truly want to turn things around, but follow-through becomes the challenge. Spoiler alert, we'll see this exact issue resurface when AZ returns to this same courtroom, again.
So you know whether or not you're going to have issues on probation better than I do, better than your attorney does, better than the state's attorney does. So don't lie to yourself. Just ask yourself internally whether or not you can complete deferred, whether or not you can complete regular probation. It's completely up to you. These are your choices. So what would you like to do?
Yes, Your Honor. I have accepted the things that I did, and I do look on them as things that were grave mistakes. And I do know that as of now, I am suffering with some sort of illness that I'm not really sure about from childhood trauma. And I know that coming out on probation, I will be incredibly successful because I know that it's no place for me. You know.
All right, so you were asking for deferred adjudication?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so where are you going to be living?
I'm going to be living with my mother.
All right, do you feel that's a good idea, a good placement for you? Because here's the thing, Ms. Diabar. At a minimum, the state has agreed for you to have probation. When people are placed on probation in this court, I want them to be successful. If I didn't think they could be successful, I wouldn't place them on probation. So now comes the part where I have to make decisions and give you conditions so that you can be successful. Mr. DeWalt, you know your client. Is this a good placement for him with his mom?
Your Honor, I believe so. I believe trying to save a conviction, especially a felony conviction, on his record might open up some opportunities, and this might be the chance to really help him with these issues if placed in the MIC unit.
All right, so I'm going to do $1,000 fine, probated, 6 years deferred adjudication, restitution, if any, to Christian Fausel, Fausel, the BIP course, 200 hours of community service restitution. He's going to have to do those hours. I'm not going to allow him to buy those hours out. Proof of employment, or SSI, within 60 days. No employment as a home health care provider or any employment that involves minors. So what that means, Ms. Dubar, is that you can't even be a home health care provider for your mom. I know some people do that. So you're not allowed to do that at all. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor, I understand.
How far did you go in school?
I graduated.
All right, so what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
I want to pursue a music career, but as soon as I get out of here, I'm gonna make sure that I find a job, probably around the neighborhood, maybe construction, something that'll definitely keep my time busy.
All right, are you able to Zoom or no?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to do field visits 3 times per month. That'll be random. He's going to be evaluated for placement on the MIC unit, on the MIC caseload at least.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And he will report by Zoom weekly until that evaluation is complete. And I'm not doing the weekly Zoom to punish you, Ms. Gibar. I just want to make sure that we know where you are and that you stay on the path that you need to stay on to be successful. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor. I do not have any problem with that. I am most grateful.
And there's going to be regular UAs. Mr. Ibarra, what I've discovered in my time on the planet is that sometimes when people have mental health issues, instead of taking their medications, they end up taking drugs because the medications cause side effects. Here's the thing. If your medication causes a side effect, you need to let your doctor know, because if you don't let them know, they don't know. But don't stop taking your medication, because then you're going to be before me and I'm going to ask what happened.
Your Honor, I understand.
Mr. Ibarra, is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful?
No, Your Honor. As long as the mental health, I make sure I get on my medications and start working as soon as I get out. And again, I'm most grateful. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Backhand index pointing right. This is one of the most emotional points in the hearing. AZ is laying bare his trauma, childhood abuse, regret, fatherhood. You can tell he's trying to humanize himself before sentencing. But here's the deeper question: should personal trauma outweigh repeated probation violations? Let me know what you think in the comments. Is redemption still possible after multiple second chances?
2020 CR 12332, State of Texas versus Ozzie David Ibarra. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
For the defense?
Ed Garza for Mr. Ibarra.
Are you Mr. Ibarra?
Ma'am.
Showing you as entitled motion to enter an adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Ozzie David Ibarra who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 12332 for the offense of robbery on July 14th, 2021 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
It's a violation of condition number 5, Your Honor. Give me 1 moment. Please,
All right, the state is alleged in violation of condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Ozzie David Ibarra, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of August and September 2021 in violation of condition number 5. How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Sure.
State,
So, Your Honor,
are you waiving the other allegations?
yes, Your Honor, the state's waiving all their allegations.
Any objection?
No objections, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor, there is an agreement. The agreement is for you to deny our motion and to amend the conditions to add in weekly reporting for a period of 1 month, and then for the defendant to have a compliance hearing set in 6 months to make sure that he's back on track with classes, community service, and payments. In addition, Your Honor, the state is asking, or was part of the agreement, the defendant is going to take a plea in County Court 6 in one of his open cause numbers. That would be cause number. Sorry, computer messed up.
No problem. What is the issue with this mental health initiative? Is he not doing that? I know you all didn't go on that, but what is happening with the mental health? Mr. Ibarra, can you raise your right hand for me? You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Do you have mental health issues? Have you been diagnosed with anything?
No, ma'am.
There has to be a reason why they're asking that you participate in the mental health initiative. I know I have requested the MIC evaluation and the Center for Healthcare Services. So you're going to do that mental health initiative. If you don't, what's going to end up happening is a motion to revoke is going to be filed. I'm writing on the docketing sheet that I've had this discussion with you, and you're going to come back before me. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So I'm going to deny the motion, alternate remaining conditions to include, how many months did you all want for weekly reporting?
For 1 month, Your Honor.
There's going to be weekly reporting for 1 month. You're going to follow up on the mental health initiative and probation. If he doesn't follow up on that mental health initiative, and if he is not doing his weekly reporting and not enrolled in the battering intervention and program with You're going to be enrolled in that program within 3 weeks. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If he's not enrolled in that program and hasn't followed through on the mental health initiative, a motion to revoke is going to be filed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else from either side?
Your Honor, the defendant, as part of this agreement, is going to enter into a plea in clause number 682669 in County Court 6. The state is going to take into consideration clause number 682670. And in addition, there is going to be a no harmful or injurious contact order added on to the conditions of this probation. And
With?
It's going to be with Sylvia Montez, Montez, and then I believe it is Kazmir, Kazmir.
All right, no harm or injurious contact with Sylvia Montez Casimir. State is going to take into consideration 682670. And what case number is he pleading to?
It's 682669, Your Honor.
And you are to plea in cause number 682669. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor. Will probation let me know on all the right procedures to get on the mental health things and
Yes.
whatnot?
They will.
Okay, just making sure.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your
How
Honor.
are we getting down to court 6? Do I need to go down there and just ask?
You have to talk to the deputy.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Now, if it's you.
Yes. Did you review the motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you the same Ozzie David Ibarra who's placed on deferred adjudication in 2020 CR 12332 for the offense of robbery on July 14, 2021 for a period of 6 years? Is that you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Violation of condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Ozzie David Ibarra, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December 2023 in violation of condition number 5. And we'll waive and abandon the remainder, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No objection.
Did you understand by pleading true to 5 and 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in the prison and up to $10,000 fine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to 5 and 5?
Yes.
Court will find 5 and 5 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
No, Your Honor, the state is asking that you grant the state's motion, adjudicate the defendant guilty, revoke his community supervision, and sentence him to 7 years in the prison. And that is based upon the pleas of true today and the fact that this is the defendant's second MTR. He had an MTR back in 2021, and at that time the court had ordered some evaluations to address any issues that were of concern at that time. And then the probation the probation department has not heard from him since the end of 2022. And that's why we're asking for that.
All right, defense.
We propose this, or ask the court to consider as the first alternative to put him back on probation, perhaps with more supervision. The court's not inclined to do that. We ask the court to consider the court summary submitted by the probation department talking about an inpatient safety or ISS. We would propose that as a solution to the problem of his not reporting.
Backhand index pointing right, and just like that, it's over. 7 years in state prison. This ending hits hard because it's not about evil or malice, it's about missed opportunities, unhealed trauma, and a system that can only extend grace so far. Remember, deferred adjudication.
Nothing further.
Is there anything you wish to say?
The last time you saw me,
Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes, Your Honor.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Ozzie David Ibarra.
All right, what would you like to say?
I would like to say, Your Honor, the last time you saw me, about 4 years ago, as much as I was at least 22, I would say I would have then the mind of a child as during my early childhood years, I suffered years of sexual, physical, and mental abuse that well into my adult years, I would have years of trauma. And I would say that then when you did see me, I did not understand the gravity of the situation, nor did I understand the consequences of my actions. I would ask that the honor here today would please have mercy on me as I am confident enough to say that I am not the man I am used to be. I'm not telling you here today, Honor, that when the day I walk out, I am changed my ways. I'm simply saying that I am changed. I am no longer the man that I was. Over the years of being quote unquote on the run, I experienced more of life and the fact that I had 2 children, one of 1 year old, a baby girl, and a 6-month-old boy. And they gave me purpose in life, Your Honor, that made me want to be a better man, Your Honor. I would ask that you would please have mercy on me and grant a reinstatement or probation, Your Honor, with stricter things, Your Honor.
All right, any questions?
No questions.
State, any questions?
No, Judge.
All right, so what I'm going to tell you, sir, is that you had a previous motion to revoke in this court, and that was a violation of condition number 5, not reporting. And you had that violation of condition number 5, not reporting, and you picked up new charges. And those new charges were misdemeanor charges, and I think those were assault charges. And now you're back here again for the same thing, not reporting. I don't think you're a good candidate for deferred adjudication or a good candidate for probation. So I'm going to grant the motion, find you guilty. The state is requesting 7 years. What would you be requesting defense?
Considering the time and difference of the date of the offense and where we are today, I suggest 3 years, Your Honor.
All right, the court is finding 5 and 5 true. The court will grant the motion, find you guilty. There's to be no contact with Sylvia Montez Casimir, Kazmire. There's to be no contact with Christian Fossell, and the court will sentence you to 7 years. All right, good luck to you.